So, last class we have seen what are the properties of mathematical expectation. And today we are going to discuss one of the important property of mathematical expectation. This property is expectation of x into y is equal to expectation of x into x. Called product rule of mathematical expectation. Suppose here you have two random variables x and y, and these two random variables they should be independent. Then only this property is true. Otherwise, this property is not true. Here, expectation of x and y should be independent. Okay. Then how to prove this property? For that, we may consider first. Suppose these two random variables are discrete. If these two random variables are discrete, then what is expectation of proof? What is expectation of x into y? Is summation over x, summation over y, xy, of xy. Okay. Where p of xy is the joint pm of x and y. Okay. So this is equal to summation over x, summation over y. Somebody is not unmuted their speaker, so it is disturbing. Please unmute, all of you, unmute your speaker. Your audio should be unmuted. Okay. So this summation over x, summation over y, x, y. What is p of x, y? If x and y are independent, then you know the result p of x, y is equal to p of x into p of y. Okay, p of x, y is equal to p of x into p of y. Then this can be written as summation over x, x into p of x, then summation over y, y into p of y. And here you know that summation over x into p of x is what is that? This expectation of x, and this one is expectation of y. Expectation of x. So this is the proof. Proof is very simple. Okay. In a similar way, if x and y are continuous random variables, suppose x and y are continuous random variables, then the proof is expectation of xy is equal to expectation of xy is equal to what is the definition says this summation integration over x, integration of over y, xy, f of xy, dy, dx. Okay, since this is continuous case, instead of summation, you have to integrate this function. And this is integral over x, integral over y, xy. What is f of xy? You know that if x and y are independent random variables, then their joint PDF is product of their marginal PDF. That means f of xy is equal to f of x into f of y. Okay, so this can be written as f of x into f of y dy dx. Okay, this is the result. F of xy is f of x into f of xy. F of x into f of y, because x and y are independent. Otherwise, this is not possible. Okay, and this is equal to, you can write this function as integral over x into, to take the x function as dx, then integral over y, y into f of y dy. Okay, y into f of y dy. Here integral over x into f of x dx. This term is expectation of x, and this term is expectation of y for the continuous random variables. So that is equal to, this is equal to, this can be written as expectation of x into y is equal to expectation of x into expectation of x into expectation of y. So this result is called a product rule of mathematical expectation. Okay. And now we are discussing some other important properties of properties using this mathematical expectation. And you know that what is moment? So studied moments in earlier class. That is mu r. Mu or first of all mu r dash. What is mu r dash? Mu r dash is called rho moment. Rho moment. Mu r dash is equal to, you know that its definition is 1 by sigma I is 1 to n xi minus xi raised to r raised to r xi raised to r. This is the definition for rho moment. And similarly, central moment. Central moment means the moment from the center is denoted by mu r. For rho moment, we are using the notation mu r dash. Okay, here it is mu r. And mu r is equal to 1 by n sigma I is 1 to n xi minus mu all raised to r. So check the difference between rho and central moment. For rho moment, it is I is 1 to n xi raised to r. But for central moment, it is xi minus mu. The difference of observation from its center. That is why it is called central value. From the center, mu is the center mean. So this is the definition for rho moment and central moment. Now we are computing the rho moment and central moments using mathematical expectation. The derivation is very simple. So we check how to find out the rho moments using mathematical expectation. Okay. Aisha Rana, please mute your audio. Aisha Rana, please mute your audio. Okay. So mu r dash is expectation of, in terms of mathematical expectation. In terms of mathematical expectation, expectation of x raised to r. What is mu r dash? Mu r dash is expectation of x raised to r. So similarly, what is central moment? Mu r is expectation of x minus mu all raised to r. Expectation of mu all raised to r. So in terms of mathematical expectation, this is the definition for central moment and rho moment. Okay. For rho moment, it is expectation of x raised to r, and for central moment, it is expectation of x minus mu all raised to r. Okay. Now we check what this definition says. For rho moment, mu r dash is expected. It says that mu r dash is expectation of x raised to r. If you put r equal to 1, then you will get mu 1 dash. Mu 1 dash is expectation of x. Okay, if you put r equal to 1, it is expectation of x. What is expectation of x? Is expectation of x is called it's nothing but the mathematical expectation. Okay, expectation of x means its mean. So mu 1 dash is equal to mean. Okay, mean of x is mu 1 dash. Similarly, r equal to 2, you will get mu 2 dash. What is mu 2 dash? It is expectation of x square, or it is second rho moment. Okay. Similarly, mu 3 dash is equal to expectation of x cube, etc. So this is the way to find out rho moments using mathematical expectation. Is it clear? Now similarly, what about the central moments? What about the central moments? You know, for central moments, mu r is equal to expectation of x minus mu all raised to r. This is the definition for central moment. Is central moment. Okay. Central moment mu r. Okay. And you know that first moment mu 1 dash. What is mu 1 dash? it is equal to expectation of x, or it is called mu. Mu is the mean. Okay, mu is the mean. So this can be written as expectation of x minus expectation of x all raised to r. Okay. Why I am putting expectation of x here? Because mu is equal to x. Okay. So what is mu1 dash? Mu1 dash is expectation of x minus expectation of x all raised to 1. Okay. So what about this result? You take expectation inside. Okay, you have studied expectation of x plus y is equal to expectation of x plus expectation of y. Similarly, expectation of x minus y is expectation of x minus expectation of y. So here it is expectation of x minus expectation of x. But expectation of x is a constant. It is p, mu. Okay, expectation of a constant is constant that we have studied. So it is expectation of x minus expectation of x. So this is equal to 0. What it says? It says that first, there is no dash here. First central moment is always 0. First central moment is always 0. First row moment is mean, but first central moment is always 0. Similarly, what is mu2? What is mu2? Mu2 is this all square. Expectation of x minus expectation of x all square, or this is equal to expectation of using a minus b all square expansion. You expand this bracket, this x square minus 2x expectation of x plus expectation of x all square. Okay, we just used the binomial expansion for a minus b all square. Okay. So this is take the expectation inside. This is expectation of x square minus 2 is a constant. Expectation of x is a constant. Then expectation of x plus expectation of x whole square. And this is equal to expectation of x square minus 2 expectation of x whole square plus expectation of x whole square. Okay. But here it is minus 2 expectation of x square plus expectation of x square. So this becomes expectation of x square minus expectation of x square. Okay. Or this can be written as what is expectation of x square is in terms of row moment, it is mu2 dash. What is expectation of x? It is mu1 dash. So x mu2 dash minus mu1 dash. This is called. Okay. So up to this you can see. Okay. Up to this you can see. So expectation of x square is second row moment. So this can be written as mu2 dash. Mu2 dash is second row moment minus mu1 dash is first row moment. That also. So this is second central moment. Or this moment is called variance. Okay. So if you know the row moments, you can easily find out the central moments. Central moments are very important for studying distributions because second central moment is variance. Similarly, you can find out the third row moment, fourth row moment, etc. using this expression. Here, if you put r equal to 3, then you will get the third row moment, x minus mu all cube. Then find out using the expansion a minus b all cube. You expand this term and taking expectation inside, you will get the result. Similarly, you can find out mu4, mu5, etc. So any central moment can be find out using this expression. This is the expression. You should study this expression. Mu r is equal to expectation of x minus expectation of x all raised to r, or expectation of x minus b all raised to r. Okay. Now we can find out a generalized formula for this central moment. How to find out that generalized formula? Here we have a term x minus mu all raised to r. Okay, x minus mu all raised to r. This can be viewed as using the binomial expansion. You know what is binomial expansion. You know what is a plus b all raised to n, what is a minus b all raised to n. Here this is like a minus b all raised to n. What is a minus b all raised to n? A minus b all raised to n is a raised to n minus nc1, a raised to n minus 1 b plus, okay, nc2, a raised to n minus 2 b square minus etc. Last term is minus 1 raised to n, a raised to 0 b raised to n. This is called binomial expansion. Okay, if you put n equal to 1, a minus b, n equal to 2, you will get a minus b all square. That way you can find out all the expansion. Okay. Now we use this expansion instead of x minus mu all raised to r. What happened here? Here mu r is equal to expectation of x minus mu all raised to r. So first term is x raised to r minus n x raised to r minus 1. Okay, x minus r minus 1. B is, what is b here? B is mu. Okay, b is mu. This is a, this is b. Now expand that term. Okay, then plus nc2 x raised to n minus 2 mu square minus etc. Last term is minus 1 raised to n mu raised to n. Okay, so this term is b. Last term is b raised to. So this is, put this in bracket. This in bracket. Now take the expectation inside. So first term is expectation of x raised to r minus n is a constant. These two are constants. So for you have studied for expectation, constants can be taken outside. And mu expectation of x raised to r minus 1. Okay, plus nc2 mu square expectation of x raised to n minus 2 minus etc. Last term is minus 1 raised to n mu raised to n, because mu raised to n is constant. Expectation of that constant is constant. Okay. Here not n. Now sorry, here this is not n because we have r term. So there is a small change. This is r. This is also r. This is r. So, because this is all power r. Here n is r. So you change all the n into r. Okay. Now this is equal to, what is expectation of x raised to r? This is mu r dash. You know, in some row moments, mu r dash is expectation of x raised to r. So expectation of x raised to r is mu r dash. So this is r mu. What is expectation of x raised to r minus 1? Is mu r minus 1 dash. Okay. Plus rc2 mu square. Expectation of x raised to r minus 2 is mu r minus 2 dash minus etc. Last term is mu raised to r. Okay. And now this can be written as, this expression can be written as, here this is equal to mu r dash minus r. What is mu? Mu in terms of row moments, mu equal to mean equal to mu1 dash. Okay, so mu can be written as mu1 dash. Then mu r minus 1 dash. Okay, plus next term is rc2. Mu square is mu1 dash all square. Then mu r2 minus r minus 2 dash plus etc. Last term is minus 1 raised to r mu1 dash all raised to r. mu1 dash all raised to. This expression is called the relation connecting central moment and row moment. This is important. How we are connecting central moment and row moment. I think you got the derivation. You know, mu r is central moment. Mu r is central moment. This central moment means expectation of x minus mu all square. mu r dash is raw moment. It is expectation of x raised to r. So here you use binomial expansion and taking expectation inside, you will get this nice result. Okay, and this result is useful for finding out the central moments using raw moments. Okay, suppose you have given or you have find out the raw moments, then using that raw moments you can find out the central moment. Okay, if you put r equal to 1 here, you will get mu1 is equal to, put r equal to 1. R1 means mu1 dash, only one term. So last thing is minus mu1. So this is equal to 0. Then what is mu2? R equal to 2. mu2 is equal to, put r equal to 2 here, is mu2 dash minus r is 2. So 2 mu1 dash, mu r1 is mu0 dash, then minus 1 square, that is plus mu1 dot whole square. Okay, so what is this? This term is mu2 dash mu minus 1, r equal to, r is here r equal to 2, so this is 2 minus 1, it is 1. Okay, so it is mu2 dash minus 2 mu1 dash square plus mu1 dash. Okay, so minus 2 mu1 dash square plus mu1 dash square is mu2 dash minus mu1 dash, and this term is called variance. This term is called variance. Okay, so in this way you put r equal to 3, r equal to 4, etc., and find out the higher central moments. Okay, if you get the central moments, you can easily study the properties of distribution of the random variable x. How to study? You know that skewness. What is skewness? It is beta 1. What is beta 1? Mu3 square by mu3 square by mu2. So using the central derivation of central moments, you find out mu3, then find out mu2. Mu2 is variance. Okay, then put these values here, you will get beta 1. Beta 1 is called skewness. Okay. So skewness will study the shape of the distribution. If skewness is negative, then the distribution is negatively skewed. If this value is positive, then the distribution is positively skewed. Or you can use its constant term root beta 1. This is also a measure of skewness, root beta 1, or it is called gamma 1. Gamma 1 is root beta 1. That also can be used to study skewness. Another property is beta 2. What is beta 2? It is mu4 by mu2 square. mu4 is for the central moment. mu2 is variance. Okay. So using this, we can find out kurtosis. And if you find the square root of beta 2, that is called gamma 2. Okay. If the beta 2 equal to 3, that means the distribution is symmetric or normal. If beta 2 is less than 3, it is platykartic. If beta 2 is greater than 3, it is leptokartic. Leptokartic. Beta 2 equal to 3 is symmetric, or it is called mesokartic. Mesokartic means normal. And beta 2 equal to is less than 3, it is called platykartic. Okay. So using these central moments, you can find out skewness and kurtosis. So today we have discussed what is called raw moment and what is central moment, and how to connect raw moments and central moments. Okay. So you should study these things, and I will give this give the problems for this type of properties here Moodle site. So you will check your Moodle site and try to solve this type of problems. Okay, thank you.